Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to give you a tutorial on barefoot beach running. I'm going to be running about 7.5 miles. Most of that is going to be on dry, loose sand, although some of it will also be on more compact, wet sand. So let's take a look at the gear I'm going to use. Got running shorts, GPS running watch, and glasses. And that's it. So pretty minimalist, and let's get going. Barefoot beach running is a resistance workout, somewhat like running hills. And that means that you have to be very patient. You're not going to go very fast, and you just have to be okay with that. So I've got some friends, for example, who are just rabbits. So, they're runners, and they'll start off a run no matter what the distance, just sprinting out, like a bat out of hell. And that's just not going to work here, because you can pump your legs as fast as you like, but the fact of the matter is that the sand is going to dictate how fast you move. So you have to, again, be very patient. And I enjoy it personally because it almost becomes like a meditation. It's very slow, it's tough, but obviously the scenery is beautiful. You just kind of get into a rhythm after a while. As for beginners, if you want to try it out, don't just go straight to the loose sand. Start off on wet, more compact sand closer to the ocean, closer to the shoreline, and just try out like half a mile. And just like anything else, just work your way up from there. Do not do this if you've got knee or ankle problems, because there's a lot of little micro movements that your joints are constantly adjusting to the sand, and that's not good for people with injuries. It is, however, low impact, so that is good for your joints. Let's talk about form. You can't really run heel to toe when you're doing barefoot beach running. You can't do this motion with your foot because, again, you're going to get nowhere, and you run the risk of hyperextending your Achilles. What you want to do is you want to land first with the ball of your foot at an angle, and then that creates a little wedge of sand that you can push off of. Likewise, you can't extend your legs very far. You can't do these long strides. You gotta have to keep your feet more or less underneath you and take these short little strides, just like that. We've come to one of my favorite little sandbars that pops up at low tide, and take a look at that view. Wow. And this is the end of one leg of my journey, and time to go all the way to the very tip of the island, way down south over there. Some people are afraid of barefoot beach running because they're scared they'll step on broken glass and lacerate their feet. But as someone who's been running barefoot on these beaches for something like 15 years, I've never ever stepped on broken glass. What you get a lot more is sticks, shells, rocks, occasionally little pieces of plastic, and you have to be wary of holes and like sandcastles the kids love to build, because you can trip over them, fall into them, and twist an ankle. So you got to be constantly scanning in front of you, looking over the terrain, and over time you'll figure out what areas are more clean and what areas you should avoid. Also, in South Florida at least, the dune grasses produce these spiky little seeds that'll just embed themselves right in your foot. It's really hard to take them out, to dig them out really. It's got little hooks on them. So that's really what I watch out more for. And in that case, I just steer clear of the grasses. As we run down the beach, the sand will constantly shift under your feet in terms of composition and content. So it'll become coarser, finer. Sometimes you'll hit patches that are really like powdered sugar almost, and you sink right into them. Other times they're much more firm. And as you gain experience, as you learn more about the beach that you're running on, you'll figure out which areas are easier for running. But if I had to choose the ideal terrain in terms of sand that I would like to run in, I'd say level, so nice and flat, and windswept, so that you don't have, like these tracks here and footprints where if you hit them, you kind of just slide all over the place on the little ridges that they form. And recently rained on, so that the upper layer is more compact. We've now transitioned to more compact wet sand, and the dynamics of this type of running are very different when compared to dry sand. You can have more of a natural extension when it comes to your stride, so you can go ball to toe, heel to toe, if you so prefer. However, you still have to be careful, because remember, you're running barefoot here, and you're not wearing any shoes to protect the soles of your feet, so you can still hyperextend the arch of your foot if you're not careful. If you do want to run on this type of sand, it's more compact terrain, then you have to ensure that you take a look at the tide charts. You want to come out here when the tide is low, specifically when it's falling, because as the water recedes, it exposes this wet, more compact sand, but also there is kind of a layer of water underground, under the sand that I'm now running on, that also recedes or rises with the tide. So when the tide's coming up, and say the tide's up to here, and you still have all this kind of space for wet sand, you've got underneath it a kind of like a layer of water that turns it into more muddy, less compact terrain. So you want to keep an eye out for that. I'm back on loose sand and nearing the end of the second leg of my run, coming up on the Key Biscayne Lighthouse. And there are a few things I like better than being all the way down south here, watching the sunset behind this lighthouse. Alright, that's the end of my run. I covered a total distance of about 7.3 miles, 2 of which were on compact wet sand, and the rest were on dry loose sand. But it was really nice. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if so, please share and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.